Hello students, I'm Reema Sanghavi and famously known as the Pink Lady. But what you should also know is that I am the third girl child born to my parents. The irony is that this third girl child is known as the famous Pink Lady, but she hated only one thing in her life, and that is the color pink. October 2008 was the birth year of my events company called Maximus Events, which did bespoke, luxury, fantastically gorgeous events. Everything associated with class and style is what Maximus did. The business did really, really well in the first 4 years. And 4 years into the business, somewhere around June 2012, my partner, Milind Soman, walks into my cabin and hands over a newspaper to me. I read it and I said, oh my God, he had done it. He had announced a woman's run, which would take place in December 2012. Mind you, he walked into my cabin on June 2012. So I basically had 6 months now to build a team that would now do mass events and would organize marathons. Although marathons were mushrooming across India at that point of time, but statistics indicated that female participation wasn't growing as much. So here now, I also needed to gather a large number of women to participate to make this a really large event. So here I was, unlearning all the luxury events that I did. I now had to do a mass event. I needed to gather tons of women to participate in this event and also had to make a huge monetary investment. I looked at Milind and I said, we don't even have a name for this event. We don't even have a name for this run. Forget building an entire IP in the next 6 months. As usual, he smirks again and simply says, then let's start thinking of a name. I just shut my eyes, almost not knowing what to do. But in no time, and let me tell you, in no time, I looked back at Milind and I just said one word. I said, Pinkathon. And he looked right back at me and he said, I love it. I'll take you back in time. 18th November 1979 was the National Day of Oman. The entire country was rejoicing. It was lit up, firecrackers all around the country. But there was one family that wasn't celebrating. That family was mine. My father was not celebrating. My mother was screaming in pain, and I was born, the third girl child. My father, a cricket fanatic, was expecting his third girl child to be a boy who would grow up to be Gavaskar. Well, to his dismay, I was born, a girl he did not even come to see at the hospital. And the immediate family actually spoke about how they should tie me to a goat and leave me in the mountains. Well, what next? I wanted to be my daddy's favorite. I did all the things he loved. I would get 100 on 100 in math. Every time he came back home, I'd be just ready to ensure that he's all right. I would watch WWF with him. For those who don't know, World Wrestling Federation. And Hulk Hogan was our favorite. He loved Mariah Carey. And I would sing Hero like no other song, just to impress him. Well, I turned out to be a fine athlete. And in fact, the fastest long distance runner that Oman had seen. And bringing a trophy home to my dad is all that ever mattered. But in all of this, I did not realize one thing. I did not realize I was a girl. I dressed, walked, talked like a boy. I even cut my hair at the barbers. I just didn't realize that I was a girl. And I'm sure you guys can guess what's next. I hated the color pink. I was 13 and my dad, my hero, passed away in my lap. But yes, I did manage to sing hero one last time to him. But my hatred for pink over the years grew stronger and stronger. All credit to my boyish attributes. I would associate with absolutely nobody who liked pink. I even insulted my friends if they wore pink. My friends decided that if Reema was around, they would never wear pink. Because for me, pink represented girly, weak, feminine. There was just nothing I liked about pink. So why name my run, my IP, Pinkathon? So as I just told you, since childhood, in my head, everything related to women was pink. So if we wanted to succeed in making a revolutionary running event in a country where women did not run, pink would definitely be a huge draw. So this was a purely branding decision, brand positioning decision. But deep within, I think deep within, I was in a race. I was in a race to redefine pink, to redefine womanhood. 16 December, I clearly remember 2012 when we marked the debut of Pinkathon. This day saw 2,000 strong women participating in all their glory and celebrating life like never before. Suddenly, what seemed, was just a business idea was to me no longer about finding money on the finish line. Pinkathon was much bigger. It was completely beyond, above and beyond what I had imagined it to be. It was an empowering movement, a wave of women, all shapes, sizes, ages, background, running, running towards a healthier, happier tomorrow, a pink tomorrow. And I finally saw a different pink, a pink that represented strength, hope, and resilience. A pink that was no more girly, a pink that I was now ready to associate with. And it felt like I was unstoppable. And as I speak today, Pinkathon is 8 years strong and Asia's largest run for women and has over 100,000 women running year on year, redefining social norms, breaking barriers, and celebrating life like never before. Pinkathon has clearly had a positive impact on both physical and mental well-being of so many women. We've built a safe place for women to run freely, take time out for themselves, and prioritize health. We have branched out from being, just homegrown to international. And as we have grown from hardly 2,000 to over 100,000, we have transformed from individual events to an entire Pinkathon day, a day, celebrated across the world with a 5 kilometer run, literally 200 cities in 10 countries. And today we have realized that passion is empowering and positivity unites. Today, Pinkathon is celebrated in every household, and we call it Har Ghar Mein Pinkathon. Har Ghar Mein Pinkathon. Today, I wear pink on my heart. I bleed pink, and I will paint this world pink. So, hey, Dad, I know I did not grow up to be Gavaskar, but I did create a revolution, a pink revolution today present in every household. And I really hope that your third girl child has made you proud. Well, on a lighter note, if I was actually tied to a goat, maybe I would have created the world's first goat marathon. Thank you. That's my story.